Oh yeah. Oh no.
Hey, big
blast to everybody.
Can we have a go at bicycle quarters in southeast London today?
Oh no!
Big blast, Noah, Matthew, Alexandria, Seth.
Everybody, let's get blessed.
I don't really know anything about
Effects to an end. Whoa. Just
Spirit.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, what's up, my buddy Ham 5000 and Don Farrell and Steven McDonald and
Keith, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend.
Southeast London, huh?
Wow.
Keith, you should be good to go. But I'll have to check on that later for ye. But you should be good to go. I don't know. I didn't know you were having problems with your payment at all, so let me know. We'll figure it out. Hey, what's
up, Margo?
We got Surreal Chemist in the house.
We got
Hearing girl.
We got Rosie.
What's up, my gamers?
Oh, Alyssa's here.
Tom's here.
Secret Angel. Yeah, Keith,
Anytime,
my friend Keith. Get you where you need to
go.
Get you strapped up.
We'll get your seatbelts on.
Blasters.
Hey, dude.
Are you some
Kind of gamer? Smack my. I'm feeling it.
My friend.
My friend in high school used to drive a minivan, and when you would open the door with the button, it would play a flute song. And it's hard
to find that flute song online.
Oh, I want to find it online. Bless you, Brian McKee. Bless,
Jake. Jeans. No jeans for the
jam.
Found out about this band called The Jam.
Anybody like the Jam? I just found out about the Jam.
Load, cheap pressure, big blast.
I like the Jam. I hadn't heard of the Jam, but I like the Jam. It's kind of like the Clash or something, but it's a little different. It's a little bit different, and I didn't know about them.
Paul Weller.
Yeah.
Bless us, Matthew Buell.
I'm a little bit.
Right, yeah, it was like the mod revival kind of thing, but in like 1980. Pretty cool. I like them. I like the Jam. I was watching TV and I saw the Jam and I went,
Whoa, that's good.
That's good. I like that.
Town Called Malice. I haven't even heard that one. I think I've just heard the hits. I watched some live footage and I didn't really know what any of the songs were called. I just loved it.
Oh yeah, we got a Matthew farm. Hey buddy, you want a Matthew? I'll get you a Matthew.
Matthew means God's gift.
It means God's gift. Gift from God. Wow. Now the Style Council, isn't that Paul Weller's band after the Jam? I have not listened to them. Haven't checked it out, but
Keith's got the vaccine.
I give you a big bless to your AstraZeneca.
Oh, who's online? Paul's online.
Hey everybody. Feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. How's everybody else doing? How are we? Welcome to Hold Space for My Tribe. Okay. Okay. I have something actually that I would like to show, but actually I don't have it. It's just something I just remembered I should talk about. So just give me 1 second. Oh, this is a great way to start the show, you asshole. You dumb son of a bitch. Anyway, yeah. Welcome to Pahrump, Nevada. It's where Chopo is selling used cars currently. Okay, here's what I wanted to show. I just wanted to, just before I forget, okay, keep me good boy. These shirts that we're selling for the charity Illuminatives, which they do a lot of things for Native nations and peoples in American society. That's what they say. One of their main things is getting these dumb, Native American mascots out of the sports teams and all this, all this dumb shit that happens. So we're selling shirts and we're giving the profits to them. I am now at the point where I can donate this cash. Now, here's my issue. I currently don't have access to just a quick look at how much money just this shirt has made. People have been buying other shirts as well. So I just got to go through and I got to see how many of these we sold. But right now, for some reason, that involves me looking at each individual order. So we're going to donate the money. Give me a day. It's just going to take me like 45 minutes of just looking at orders and writing down numbers. And maybe I'll make a spreadsheet. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
But really what I want to say is thank you to everybody who bought this shirt. It's a funny shirt, and I think it's going for a good cause, and we're not going to make any money off of it, but I like that it's out there, and I like that people have it, and I like where the money's going. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who picked one of these up. I think usually when people do charity things like this, they, maybe they'll just leave them up for a little bit and then take them down and donate the money, but I think we're just going to leave that one up. I don't see why I would take it down, really. But yeah, thanks to everybody who bought one of these shirts. Thank you to everybody who is on our Patreon at patreon.com/holdspaceformytribe. I really, really, really appreciate you. I don't think that I've ever been this consistent with anything in my life. I do this every Monday. I've only missed a few of them. And it's a big bless, and I do it because it seems like people enjoy it. And, I'd like to be one of these clowns who just does what they do because they do it and they don't care if anybody's paying attention. But it's a very powerful motivational force to have people be on our Patreon and buying shirts and stuff. It's very
Alex, I love it. I just love it.
Oh, I love it. I just love it.
Whoa, I love it. But let's get serious. I was questioned by the police.
Okay. We did it.
They found me. Police have been poking around.
The police have been poking around Chopo's esoteric and transdimensional used cars. Okay? All right? The police have been poking around and they questioned me.
Right.
Here, hold on.
The police have been messing around, and they questioned me.
All right. And it wasn't nice, okay? It wasn't good. I didn't like it. The police cornered Chopo. They said, hey, we need to talk to you. I figure, oh, great. It's because of that store I burned down in my past life. They said, we know what you did. And I said, no, you don't. Because that's how you got to be with police. You got to be like, no, I didn't. And whatever the police say that you did, just always go, no, I didn't. I didn't do that.
No, I didn't.
They say, where were you last night? You say, no, I didn't. So that's what I did. I was playing it cool. Because I ain't no jailbird canary, all right? So I wasn't giving them nothing, right? Because I figure there's no evidence that I burned down the store. I ascended to the astral realm. Okay? EO! Cops love it when you do that too, when you go,
Yo!
like the police. So the cops are talking to me, and I just let them, I let them paint themselves into a corner. You know what they said? They said, we're not really after you. We're trying to figure out. We think the guy that owns this car lot, we think he doesn't have a permit. He doesn't have a permit to sell used cars.
He doesn't have a permit. The guy that owns this place?
Wow! My friend the Valve doesn't have a permit. to run this used car lot. So they're after him. And I'm thinking,
Whoa, I'm in the
clear.
Things are looking good for old Chopo.
Things are looking good for old Chopo. Whoa!
But then the next day,
The very next day.
Mine was questioned once again by
Law enforcement of Pahrump,
Nevada. And this time it was in connection with Pahrump Natural Food Store, a store that I enlisted the entire workforce there, and then we all self-immolated and ascended to the astral realm. And so I think they are on to me there. So we've got two investigations going on here in Pahrump. Neither one of them benefits mine. One of them certainly is not looking good for the valve. But like I said, they say, hey, you look like a guy who used to work at a natural food store here. And I said, no, I didn't. And then I went, and I tried to sell them a car. So, yeah, you try to start a union in a natural food store, and the next thing you know, the whole place frickin' burns down. I mean, is that the most 2021 mood ever, or
what?
But you know what? I do have some good news. I've been eating. People say like, oh, you should eat an alkaline diet. That's actually not true. You should not eat alkaline produce. You should not have an alkaline diet to change the pH of your body to be more basic. You should actually be eating an acidic diet in order to make the pH of your body more acidic. Okay, this is just how people are wrong about this. You actually want your blood to be more acidic. So I've been eating lemons. I've been eating limes. I've been drinking brines. I've been
Fermenting all kinds of
shit. And so now I look like this. Because I eat an acidic diet. Hey, anyway, so let's get started on the stream here. Yeah, we do. There is supposed to be audio now. Are you not hearing this?
If you're not hearing this, then I have a big problem. I have a big problem.
Give me one moment to sort this out, my friends. You're still probably not hearing it. Just give me one moment. Gotta change my audio devices. These things happen to me all the time. You still won't be hearing it, but just hang out with me. You were hearing the music earlier, am I right? Were you just hearing it? No audio, yes. Hey, no audio. No audio. Yeah, you hear me, but no, you don't. You hear me?
Oh, but no, you don't. Oh, you hear me? Oh, but no, you don't.
Okay, so you should be... There was no music. Oh, jeez. That's funny. When I was talking about the cops, I was playing like horror film music, but I guess that wasn't happening. Okay, I've got some new things going on here, which just happens, which when I ooh which ooh ooh ah ooh ee ah let's try something different. Ooh, let's try a couple different things. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we may have a problem here that could involve me restarting the stream, which is not something that I ever like to do. Okay, this is not in my want to do this, but we may have to. Okay, perhaps it's one of these things where I may just have to restart. Is everybody on board for a restart? I know some people might log off, okay? But I need a pledge. I need a pledge right now. Hey, Ethel, I'm glad you got your shirt. All right, everybody. I need you to promise me that you're going to return, okay? I just need to restart my streamer. Okay? It's just all that has to happen is I just need to restart the streamer, okay? Hold on. Hold tight. I'll wait for you before I really get going, okay? But I need a pledge. I need each of you. Okay, here we go with the toilet thing.
More than 50 years. I know, long time. And so we have always had this hard water ever since I can remember, even as a little girl. And so I've tried so many different products over the year. And then one day my niece told me about this stone. And
thank you, Irene.
I'm going to show you.
And it is
working.
Look
at that. See how the
use
green
a pumice stone on your
are
toilet.
Just coming off. And so usually it takes me about 20 minutes.
Just 20 minutes
the last time
in
I
your day.
did the guest bathroom, it took 20 minutes.
Look
You
at
can
that.
also use this around your sink for the water deposits that collect there.
We're talking about pumice tonight.
And
whole
sometimes your tub,
stream
if it's the porcelain,
It's about
you don't want to use this on the other kind of tubs. I think they're made of acrylic. So right now, as far as my writing goes, I've been working on my Strange Tales, and I have my book cover already, which is totally creepy awesome. I love it. And I have 13 tales that are going to be in the book. It's going to be an ebook, and also a print-on-demand book through Amazon. And so someone was asking me if I could put it up on other platforms as well as Butterfly Hollow. And so I need to figure out how to do that. And so writers, we get distracted easily, you know? And mostly, I get distracted from making YouTube videos like this one. And my crafting videos, which I love to make.
I just love that this person is making YouTube videos about how to clean toilets with rocks and thinks, hey, this is a good time to plug my book.
As far as my writing
entitled
goes, I've been working on my Strange Tales.
Strange, Weird, and Creepy Tales. It's just good advertising, and in this day and age, I mean, you got to be on top of your promotion, of your marketing. So it's pretty cool. I mean, and it works. You can actually use a pumice stone to, clean your toilet. Speaking of advertising, this is a very good ad that a friend of mine sent to me.
This Chinese street artist isn't drawing his female customer. He's drawing her soulmate. He first captivated the nation as a young child when he began having powerful psychic visions, which caused him to black out.
Oh no!
And then he grew up to be one of China's most renowned fortune tellers.
Don't black out.
He is known for having mystical matchmaking abilities and is sought out by China's rich and famous. But he chooses to live on the street and use his powers to help common people. His photographic memory allows him to capture incredible detail of the people he meets in his visions, allowing him to draw his subjects' soulmates in breathtaking detail. A local who knows him has just set up a website to allow him to use the internet to help people abroad. So he can draw your soulmate even if you are a world away.
And that website is masterwangdrawings.com.
Do you know what your soulmate looks like? You can find out. He now allows anyone to request a psychic drawing on his site. Click the Visit Website link to go to his website and meet your soulmate. Some of his customers ended up shocked when they later met someone who looked identical to his drawing. We've received an
Isn't that
overwhelming
crazy?
amount of stories from our viewers since running this story. Judging from the interest, we suspect he will soon need to stop allowing requests due to the flood of requests from lonely souls and curious people around the world. But for now, he's willing to help anyone find their future soulmate.
Pretty cool. So,
So I got in touch.
I got in touch with Master Wang.
It wasn't hard, you know. I got in touch with
Master Wang.
I went to masterwangdrawings.com and I got talking to Master Wang, and he invited me to his studio today. So we're here in Master Wang's studio, and I figured, maybe people could volunteer to have Master Wang draw their soulmates live on the air. So if you'd like to see an image of your soulmate, pop that in the chat, and Master Wang here will draw it, and I'll hold it up for the camera. So okay, we've got Jez Spirit and Alexandria and Matthew, and okay, cool. So all right, well, so first off, to prove that I'm not yanking your chain, I'll show you a picture of mine twin flame that Master Wang was kind enough to draw for me. This is the image that Master Wang drew of my soulmate. You can see kind of looks like Weird Al a little bit. So we're gonna see. Once the lockdown is over, I might just start looking for someone who looks like this and see if the sparks fly. See what happens, because I believe in Master Wang. So for Jez Spirit, okay. Hi, Master, can you, my friend Jez Spirit here, can you draw
Could you draw the
soulmate
soulmate
for Jez Spirit, please? Thanks. So, just wait for a second. He's quick. He's very, very fast. So that's good. Okay, so we've got the soulmate for Jez Spirit. All right, is
Everybody ready?
Wow. So, Jez Spirit, is there anybody in your life right now that maybe looks like this, or I don't know, maybe somebody that you used to date? Maybe you need to get back. I don't know, get back with an ex of yours or something. I don't know. Is this oh, that looks like you. Maybe Wang's wires got crossed. I don't know. But Master Wang isn't wrong. So here's your soulmate. Okay.
Who is next?
Alexandria. Okay, Alexandria. Okay.
Master Wang. Draw my friend Alexandria's soulmate, please. Master Wang. Oh yeah.
Cool. Just wait a little bit for this drawing. Okay. Cool. He's fast. Right, or maybe if somebody in the chat looks like that last drawing, give our friend Jez Spirit a DM. Please don't bother him. Please don't bother my friends. All right, Alexandria, are you ready to see your soulmate? Here we There we go. Wow, okay. Is this maybe somebody that you know? Maybe a friend of yours or something? I don't know. I mean, it's usually, it's usually somebody that you know. That's what they say about, murderers and stuff. It's usually somebody you know. So, pretty cool. All right. Who was next? So, it was after Alexandria. Oh, I don't know if I can scroll up that far, but at the top of my thing, I've got Rosie. Rosie wanted to see her soulmate. If you want me to do yours, or if you want Master Wang to do yours, I guess keep commenting, because I'm losing track already. I'm sorry, whoever I've skipped. I know I just skipped somebody, but for Rosie, Master Wang.
Can you draw Rosie's
soulmate? He said he already has this one ready. So, Rosie, please take a look at your
soulmate.
Wow! That's unbelievable. Does that maybe look like somebody you know? Maybe somebody you went to school with? Huh? Maybe somebody who works at the cafe near your place or something, Pretty cool stuff, Rosie. Yeah, big eyes. Very, very large eyes. That's and kind of like a low mouth. That mouth is real close to the chin, so look for somebody like that. Yeah, with a very big neck. Matthew Campbell, okay.
Let's do Matthew Campbell.
All right, Master Wang.
My friend Matthew Campbell, can you draw their soulmate?
Oh, well. There you go. Matthew Campbell, here is your soulmate. How about that? Cool stuff, huh? Ooh.
And then after that, I know there was my friend
Gluten Plasters. Gluten Plasters. Master Wang, please reveal the soulmate of Gluten Plasters. Bing!
Whoa!
There you go. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool stuff. So Gluten Plasters, get yourself on Tinder and swipe until you see this face. And then delete your account, because you're done looking, my friend.
Whoa!
Let's go ahead and do Kathy Mack, huh? Our friend Kathy Mack. All right, Master Wang. You got it? Okay, Kathy Mack's soulmate is... Good head of hair on this fella. Looking very good with the headband. Love that chin. Very interesting chin there. Love that. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, it looks like myself a long time ago. All right, Master Wang has time for one more. I'm sure I missed somebody. Okay, Tammy. We'll do Tammy. All right. Master Wang, please show me
Tammy's soulmate.
Ooh. Looking good. Eyes are very sunken into the head there. But looking good. Got a hat. Big eyes. Once again, large eyes. But I'd say this is maybe one of the more attractive folks in the bunch. So, there you go, Tammy.
There is your
Soulmate.
Big ups to Master Wang for the drawings and for donating time to us on the stream today.
Hold space for mine. Tribe.
What a day already, huh? What a day already.
All right, folks. Let's get down to business, huh? Let's get down to what you really come here for.
New Age content.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things I think you should know about the full moon we have here on February 27th, 2021. Number 1 is just one word, and it's a question. Moving?
Moving.
Are you considering moving?
Moving.
Is life telling you that you no longer are resonating with something in your environment, maybe being your entire environment?
Moving.
This reminds me back in...
My entire environment is no longer resonating with me, which is why I'm going to Mars as soon as Elon can put me up in that bus, because my entire environment is out. I mean, I'm talking about up to the stratosphere, and I'm talking down to the mantle, all right? I'm not resonating.
2016, my family and I were coming home from a camping trip. And for about a couple years prior to that period,
In 2016, my family was coming home with an ultimate camping trip.
we had been wanting to move out west to California. We were feeling it's time. We took a trip out there and it really resonated. But, you know, our mind said, well, we need to wait for this and that to happen. It's not time, yada, yada. Anyway, we started getting these weird synchronicities that were, in a sense, reflections of what...
Here's the deal, folks. Whenever you start noticing coincidences, you know, you should really base some like large decisions on those coincidences. It's really just kind of how everything works, you know. If you were wondering, should I buy stock in Papa John's? Don't know what to do. I'm thinking about buying stock in Papa John's. I want to buy the John's stock. And the next day, you're walking along the street and footing the pizza. Somebody left a whole pizza pie on the sidewalk. You didn't see it and you stepped right in it. That means you should spend all of your savings on
Papa John's.
what we knew to be a vibrational dissonance between the people we had become, my family and I, and our reflection, our life, our house, our careers. Anyway, one time we got back from this camping trip and there was a huge like puddle of water dripping from the ceiling.
Oh, you gotta move. You gotta move to a different state, man. Your roof's leaking? You gotta move like at least 1,000 miles away, my friend.
On the way into our neighborhood, before discovering that, and we lived in a pretty safe neighborhood, but there were armed like police officers with machine guns storming through our neighborhood. It was a cloudy day. About a week prior, my daughter's school closed down abruptly. We really started to feel like we were getting pushed out.
Yeah, man, when you got cloudy weather, I mean, you gotta move.
Of a situation. We wanted to be pushed out. We wanted to move on, but we didn't think...
We wanted this, but then, you know, the cloudy weather made it so.
We were ready. We were afraid. We thought things had to get done prior to that. But life was saying, no. It's time now. And we're going to continue to show you these reflections of the dissonance. You're well aware.
I do like, you know, this person is saying a lot of things, I think, possibly without realizing it, referring to life as a we thing. You know what? Never mind. He's totally aware of that. I'm sure he's got plenty of videos about astral beings and
Aware
stuff.
of until you finally heed the call and do what you want to do anyways.
Listen, my spiritual teacher said, do what you want to do anyways. Okay?
So for some of you, this might really involve moving. Some of you, it might be a career. But right now, what's happening is there's this disbursement of vibrations. As all of you know, there's quite a mixed bag of vibrations.
You know what? Somebody who's watching this he's saying, do what you want to do anyways. Mixed bag. And they're clicking check out on their Zappos shopping cart. Let me tell you. And they're buying those shoes.
Vibrational frequencies here on the planet. There's very, very high vibe situations and people and sages and masters. And there's, con artists and there's like murderers and there's the whole other end of the spectrum, right? And
This is what I want to get to today, my friends.
I want to get into high vibe, low vibe, okay? That's what I want to get into.
Ooh, thank you, my friend.
Oh, that makes me feel so good.
This is the thing, okay. High vibe, low vibe. So what this man has just presented to us was a continuum of sorts. Hey, Jez,
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love you. This man just presented us a continuum between good person and bad person. And he even stretched his hands out and he said, up here we've got this kind of person and down here we've got this other kind of person. And actually, I think perhaps I can even demonstrate this. He said, up here we've got this kind of person and then down there we've got this other kind of person. So, and he said high vibe, low vibe. And so I went digging into this just a little bit, and it's a bit, where does this come from? Where does the high vibe, low vibe thing come from? Yes, as Ethel is saying, is there such a thing as mid vibe? Is there a gray area? I would for certain take the mid vibe over presenting a dichotomy of good people and bad people. Let me just tell you, okay? And it comes from high-fiving and it comes from low-fiving, okay? This is really what we're talking about here. Not really, but I was thinking about this, like where does this come from? This idea that something, we talk about vibrations, okay, high vibrations, so that's something moving faster. In music, that's a higher pitch, and then a lower vibration, something moving slower. We're talking about a waveform, a longer waveform. We're talking about a lower pitched note. There's nothing in here that says good or bad. Maybe high vibe is hotter. Okay, great. Low vibe is colder. All right, some things are hot, some things are cold. Still, we're not arriving at good or bad. What else? I mean, we're talking about the spectrum of light. There's all kinds of wavelengths there. I know these people like to talk about violet and purple being a higher on the spectrum of visible light, and they talk about other colors being lower. And to me, it still just doesn't really mean anything to me, but this is something, this is one of those things that you hear a lot in these kinds of videos. You hear people talking about like, oh, I'm in a high vibe situation right now, or like those people are just really low vibe, and I don't think that it actually means anything, but I've prepared a video here of a man who is going to show us actually what all that means. And I had this maybe set up a little bit later, but so this man is going to show us a very simple experiment on how we can determine our vibe, because I think that is what I searched. I searched, how do I know what vibe I am? How do I know what my vibe is? Okay. And so this is a long video, but there's an easy way within this video to see what your vibe is, okay? So here we go.
See how your own body reacts to it.
Exercise. Grab something in your hand and observe how your own body reacts to an information which is a truth, and then to an information which is a falsehood, okay? So let's see what happens.
This is a plant. Resist.
So he's heard himself say this is a plant, and his arm feels strong. Let's see what happens next.
This is a car. Resist.
My arm feels weak. Oh no.
Oh no!
What I've noticed is that the bottle.
So this is kind of a this is kind of a different thing here. Basically, the vibe thing comes from a man named David Hawkins. Okay, and he has given us a whole. This whole range of vibes, and there's a chart for it, and there's a whole, line. He's placed these things on this vibrational scale, and here's a video of this man. I didn't prepare this, I didn't watch this, but this is the guy who kind of coined the high vibe, low vibe thing. Although I think it would have happened anyway, because it is just such a fitting way to be very condescending about situations in your life and to impose upon yourself the idea of good and bad and to enforce your preferences and your aversions. So this is what this man did.
The problem was not the physical. The problem was a spiritual crisis I went through, a spiritual crisis. And
can you describe it with me?
I can't really describe it. The anguish of the soul, you read about the Black Night of the Soul.
Okay.
It was like that. And anyway, as I say, I was an atheist at the time, and but I
he is indeed one of the drawings. Now, I don't know if there's anything in this video, but that's just something I dug into a little bit that I thought was very interesting. So now let's watch a man be hypnotized, all right? Can we all agree on that? Let's watch some hypnotism. And I like this. Anguish. Hello, my friend Jonathan.
Wow!
Quantum healing hypnosis technique. Everybody Wang vibe tonight. Yes. I'm Master Wang vibe. Thank you very much. Okay? Alright, my friend. Here we go.
Okay.
I just feel myself.
Mm-hmm. And how do you perceive your form?
It's kind of white light.
A white line?
White light.
A white light, okay.
It's like a white cloud, white light.
Bless you, Tammy.
So where is your position relative to
I
the
bless
beach?
you, Joe and Monica, for your anniversary.
It's like I just vaporized.
Okay.
From the beach to just a white cloud.
Okay.
So this man is going through a journey. Let's skip to the middle of it and see what he's experiencing.
Proliferate, bro. To keep going and growing.
And is it more their energy that gets influenced
I feel like a white line
into the forest rather than the physical, like chopping them down? Or
just their energy. They want to use the energy of the forest. It's so strong and powerful.
And so when that happens, what do you do? What can you do to counter that?
I think when we meditate and love the forest, that counteracts it. It's like a hate of the forest.
Do you ever need to call on the other elves for help or for backup, or is it just you alone is enough to protect?
Listen, I've never been hypnotized, but if you can make me go on like a full elf journey where I think I'm a little elf, sign me up. I'll pay you.
Your portion of...
Yeah, we're connected. We're all connected. We can sense each other.
And so through that connection, can you also harness their energy?
Yeah, we're clairvoyant with each other.
I see. Okay.
They sense me, I sense them.
And so have you always lived on this land?
That's where I was raised.
And where are your parents?
I think they died. They're gone. It's just me now.
I'm the only elf.
So were they protectors of this?
I think they too, yeah. They lived in this house too.
Okay, so
before me.
So they were in charge of the portion that you're in charge of?
I think so, yeah. I think they were there first. And
he's an elf.
Just taking over what they did.
Guards the forest.
An important day in that life that we are watching.
For your elf.
You are there now. What is happening? What do you see?
Something's happening to the forest.
What's happening?
I think it's dying. I think I'm endangered too.
So you've been meditating and trying to fend them off?
I'm trying to stop it from happening, but it's going to happen anyways.
So what do you see that's happening in the forest right now?
They're dying. They're all dying.
So they are turning brown?
Yeah. It's the trees, the animals.
It doesn't show him waking up. I wish it showed him waking up.
So his supply is the universe?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as he is aware of that or calls on it, that he won't ever be depleted of energy?
Yes.
Okay. And so does that relate just to Earth or of the universe?
Creation.
So he's one of the sparks?
Anything that is created, he's part of it.
He's part of it.
I just think I'm doomed.
I think I'm doomed. If you're going to put me under hypnosis and I'm going to say shit like I think I'm doomed, pencil me out. And if you want to know who the hypnotist was, it was this person.
Hi everyone. I am wanting to do a light language transmission on grounding. I feel that there's a lot of energies that are going around.
Let's get right into the light language, huh? She has like a dance with hers, which is really cool. There's part of it where she's just like singing a note too. I wonder if I can find. It's cool. It's good. Remix. Whispery. I like the whisperiness too. Enema. It's good stuff. And then she also makes videos that are kind of like this, where she just speaks.
Aloha, everyone. Welcome back to my channel.
The notes
and
between the
everyone
notes.
Who is new as well.
Hi, Haley Falk.
Welcome,
Seth.
So today I'm going to be doing a light language.
This is the one where she sings. Here we go. There you go. Lemurian energy infused. I would love to see a Love Dove light language off with anybody. I feel like Love Dove would always win. And maybe I've shown this before. I hope not. I don't think so.
Hi, heathens, and welcome back.
I mean, just the opening. Beautiful. You find out that the channel is called Mystic Dylan. Dylan is just not a very mystical name, if you ask me. And then the opening is...
Hi, heathens, and welcome...
I just love this. There's a millisecond of a blank face here.
Hi, heathens, and welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but
Beautiful
I'm going to
stuff.
start my new YouTube channel.
I got a
guess not
stink
new,
bone.
But
And I
I'm
throw
gonna
it.
revive my YouTube channel, and I thought I would start by adding a little witchy FAQ to get you all prepped and geared so you too can get in the know about the craft. So first and foremost, is witchcraft a religion? This is a very...
Okay, so, answers questions about witchcraft, which are cool and good. And then my favorite thing, just something that I just love.
spooky season, the season of the
blooper
witch,
reels,
October.
my friends.
So
Like the end of
I
a
have
Jackie
few more
Chan
goodies
movie.
planned for you.
The blooper reel is kind of the best part. Mystic D.
I just don't know how to hello. Is that how I start? Okay.
Is there something that you call your fans? Like, for example, for me...
I swear to God, if you bring up, the Luster Coven.
No.
Oh, you can put that in there. Hi, Olivia. What up, witches? It's your boy. Sup, witches. Yo, witches. We're gonna be here for a minute. Day one.
Hello, thanks for watching the video. Please leave a comment, and if you like it, give it a like, subscribe, and if you want to know when there's another video, you can just click the little notification bell.
He doesn't look okay in this screenshot. I would hang out with Mystic Dylan. Mystic Dylan seems very nice. He's nice people. Nice people here. Here's something about vibes.
I want you to think of the times when you just feel sort of crappy. Nothing's working. Nothing's working. You get cut off in your car. Somebody takes the parking space which you're waiting to get into. Life sucks. It just isn't working. Well, do you know?
Life sucks.
Well, that's because you're not feeling good. When you're not feeling good, you are naturally just going to attract bad stuff to you. What is feeling? Feeling, conscious awareness, how you feel, is conscious awareness of the vibration you're in. And if you are not feeling good, you are in a bad vibration. Do you know that wham, just like that, you can change the vibration?
Tell me.
This body you're living in is a
Tell me
molecular
how.
structure. And it's in a very high speed of vibration. Everything vibrates, nothing rests.
Life
People that are
sucks.
feeling good are in a good vibration. You can
feel
put
bad.
yourself in a good
Life
vibration in a
sucks.
heartbeat. Music is a great medium to put you in a great vibration. I have, I believe, hear the music? I'll turn it up a little bit.
Wham!
Isn't that nice?
Life sucks.
This music is playing all the time in my studio. All the time. I don't have it playing this loud. I've moved it up so you'll hear it.
He's got like the
I
Diet
have
Coke
it playing
button.
very low.
You know
I
what
have
I'm
a
talking
button
about?
here on the edge of my desk. It's a button that's stuck on the desk. And I press that button, the music stops. I press the button, music starts. It's my music button. Scott.
This is kind of like watching MTV Cribs But at the beginning, a guy says, life sucks because you feel bad. And then he shows you something cool that he has. I have a music button. Life sucks.
Studio director, he got this little button. It's just a little button. It's only about that big. And I stick it on my desk. And he says, press on it. The music stops. Press on it. The music starts. It's
the camera on its track is, as you scroll through it, you can kind of see that the camera goes right and then it goes left. But here it's like, it really seems like he's about to get left out of the shot unless he follows the camera.
Phenomenal. Music is a great medium to cause you to feel good. You get chaotic music and you're going to be in a chaotic vibration. But you have nice, quiet music playing. If you were to be in the studio, I have plants here. The plants love this energy in this place. You often say a person that has beautiful plants has a green thumb. No. They have created a nice energy. Plants are sensitive. When you have chaotic energy, the plants will die. When you have good energy, the plants grow. The energy in this studio is phenomenal. It's very creative. There's nice quiet music playing all the time, and the plants love it. Plants are very healthy in this studio.
So there you go.
Well, you see,
life sucks.
That controls vibration. Do whatever you can to stay in a beautiful vibration. Beautiful soft vibration. Control the flow. There's an energy flowing to and through you. And when it flows into your consciousness, it has...
Don't tell me about the flow through me, all right? Speaking of...
What's up, guys? Callum here, and in this video, I'm going to talk about having sex and not ejaculating. Yeah. So I know that sounds crazy, and it's felt the same way for me. Like, I've been practicing retention for 7-8 years, pretty hardcore, and even for me, the idea of having sex and not ejaculating sounded horrible. So I'm gonna put in the same caveat that I've actually put in my other retention videos, which is that semen retention sounds taboo. It sounds controversial. It's a triggering word. Almost no one's ever heard of it, so it sounds kind of inappropriate.
Hold the seed, my friends.
In reality, semen retention is actually a very simple, pure, and practical
Hold the seed.
Technique that men can incorporate into their lives to have better health, more energy, more vitality, to feel better. And I think that in the future, semen retention is going to be famous, and I think that it's going to be as on par with meditation, health, in all aspects, so diet, exercise, good sleep, that kind of stuff. People are going to regard it as a beautiful health practice.
It's going to be as important as good sleep, okay? Not ejaculating. I wonder what... This is very interesting to me, like maybe there are benefits, maybe there aren't, to holding the seed, but what I am interested in is the placebo effect that's going on with people who are doing it, because they believe that it's going to be good. Like, I'm not getting an objective science vibe from any of the semen retention people, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing it because they think it's going to be good, but like, not to be crude, but I don't want that to be healthy. I don't want it to be healthy to hold the seed. So if, I would be just as, subjective if I was going to experiment with this, I can't see myself at the end of the day being like, shit, you know what? I think I have to hold the seed. I feel way better. Like, I would have to, how good I would have to feel to hold the seed. To get me to hold the seed, I'd have to grow, I'd have to be 7 feet tall, and I'd have to be able to run a marathon for me to hold the seed. Okay? I'd have to grow a new set of teeth. I'd have to grow a new set of chompers for me to hold the seed. Okay? My fingernails would have to grow to the perfect length and then stop for me to hold the seed. For me to hold the seed, my armpits would have to smell like Swedish fish. For me to hold the seed, for mine to hold the seed, okay, you know what would have to happen to me? My sense of smell would have to triple in sensitivity for me to hold the seed. For me to hold the seed, I want this to be like a like a Johnny Carson thing, like a how hot is it? You know, do you know what I'm saying? Like, for me to hold the seed, like, what would have to happen, Chopo, for you to hold the seed? For me to hold the seed, I'd have to be able to jump 10 feet in the air, slam dunk without a basketball. You know what I'm saying? For me to hold the seed.
For men. And until then, I'm going to be making these videos, and other people are as well, so we can get the word out there.
Until it's accepted, you're going to be making these videos. You're going to be making a lot of videos, my friend.
And so in this video, I can't really go into all of the details on having sex without ejaculating because it would be just way too long. So I'm not going to go fully into the practical how-to. This is mostly going to be an initial concept video to sell you guys on why you may want to have sex and not ejaculate at the end of it. And a little backstory.
My blood semen content is 0.08. Biologist and soon-to-be nurse here, this stuff is bunk. Short-term raise in testosterone, but levels normalize after a few days. You know, I wonder about the testosterone stuff, like, you know, like shining a red light on your balls or sunning your taint. Stuff that does raise testosterone. Like, I've heard that testosterone levels in modern men are much lower than they used to be. But I listened to this Radiolab thing about people who are transitioning, and they started taking, like, they're doing hormone treatment and taking testosterone, and they were saying how they noticed, like, their mental state changing a little bit, like they started getting a little more aggressive. And so, like, I'm cool with low T, man. I don't really care. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I need to make a change in my life to change my hormone balance, really. Like, if a doctor told me to, then I would, but I certainly would not hold the seed for this. I mean, yeah, you gotta wash your hands after you hold the seed. So, I don't know, man.
On me, which is probably the same as you in this situation, which is that I started practicing retention full on when I was 19, and it could be argued for sure that I was practicing it well before that. But fully
I mean, yeah, if we're gonna use those years, sure. I think we've all practiced some retention in our lives.
Intentionally doing it when I was 19. And what I would notice is that I would feel really good when I was retaining. I would have a lot of energy, vigor, vitality, health, motivation, all these different factors. And inevitably, when you retain, you end up cultivating male sexual energy.
This guy had a boner for like 4 years, is what he's trying to tell us.
You start cultivating sexual chemistry. You obviously become better and more attractive to women. And so inevitably, you're going to find yourself getting into relationships and into
but you have to hold the
situations and having sex. And for me, obviously, like, it's awesome to be in a relationship. It's awesome to have sex. I loved it. Very connective, awesome. However, I would always notice, wow, I don't feel as vigorous as I used to. I don't feel as vital as when I was single and retaining. And I didn't
white
really
boy
question
feels
it
pretty
because
good.
I didn't really know any other way. Even though I had read my first Montauk Chia book when I was 18 and had heard about sex without ejaculation, it just sounded like a really crazy foreign concept to me and not.
So I wonder if maybe he read something about like tantric sex, and then he just thought that just means you got to hold your seed like full time.
Not really something that I was interested in. But about 8 months ago, I started having sex without ejaculation at the end of it. And it has completely changed my life. It has changed my perception on retention. It went from something that I would do when I was single that would feel really good to something that I'm going to practice when I'm single, when I'm in a relationship, my entire life, just to practice retention because of how good it makes me feel. It led me to create these videos that you're watching right now. And it's all
Yeah, it led me to create these YouTube videos. Yeah, for my creative output, I'd really like to thank Semen Retention.
Also leading me to create a really amazing product, which I'll talk about later. And so the question...
Please don't tell me that this product is your seed, my friend.
The question that is probably on your mind is, could semen retention with sex, feel as good as ejaculatory sex? How would that be possible? So the answer is yes, it actually is much better, which is why I'm choosing to practice it. So I'm not doing it because I love retention so much. I'm doing it because it is actually better than ejaculatory sex.
Because it makes you
and there's a few
invent
reasons.
products?
So to start off, when you go into a session with your partner, knowing, hey, okay, at the end of this, I am not going to release.
When you go into a session...
I can get you to quit watching porn in only 2 days
Oh,
without
nice.
the fear of relapsing and without using willpower or constantly trying to distract yourself from your urges. If you're trying to quit going to these websites with simply...
It's funny, man. It's a whole thing on the internet to just like deny yourself a very basic human function.
So what happens is you take away that finish, that end goal that most guys have in mind when they're having sex. That's no longer there. And what happens is that you actually become present to the entire experience. You wake up and you see the joy and the wonderfulness of the entire session. You're there the whole time. You're connected to your partner.
Whole
you're
session.
attentive to her. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience because you've taken away that end goal. So everything becomes pleasurable. Everything becomes the journey. The sex is the journey. The sex is the destination.
I think this guy is sexing wrong, but I do like referring to having sex as a session. That's new. That's new language to me.
It's not about the ejaculation
The end of the session.
at the end of it. And like I said, when you're retaining, you have a cultivation of male sexual energy. It's kind of like if you haven't seen your girlfriend in a long time and maybe 2 or 3 weeks you guys have been traveling and you finally come together and you have sex. It's the best sex ever because you guys have all this built up sexual energy. You're very excited.
Like I think, okay, yeah, obviously self-control is very important. You know, you got to know when to call it quits, my friend. And then, yeah, if you delay gratification, it's going to be more gratifying. That's how that works. It doesn't mean that holding the seed is gonna do much for ye.
It's very
medically.
pleasurable. And sex with retention is like that all of the time. You are extremely sensitive because you've been retaining, so you have all of these pleasurable sensations. And I liken it to a river. So essentially when you're having sex and you're not ejaculating, there is a river flowing throughout your body. And the river is...
Gluten Blaster says, Odysseus held his seed for 10 years. Then when he got home, only his dog knew him. I feel empty after I spill. Sure, man.
Full of pleasurable orgasmic sensations. So it's not like you're not enjoying sex. You actually have much more sensations running through your body. You're much more present to it. You've learned how to cycle the energy through your body. So it becomes a very...
It's almost like you've evolved, all of these sensitivities and all of these mechanisms in your body to encourage your procreation. But I don't know.
Total complete practice.
Maybe your body doesn't want you to procreate.
Pleasurable.
That makes sense.
And then at the end of sex, when you're done,
biology,
every single time I have sex, I want to ejaculate at the end of it. And I think that's going to always be the case. There's always a strong desire to ejaculate.
I wonder why. That is.
I push that aside. And then when you're lying there...
I push that aside. I wake up, I want a glass of water. But I push that aside.
When sex is
because
over,
my body is wrong.
30 seconds later, I become very thankful that I did not ejaculate it at the end of it. Because as you are lying there, you feel strong, awake, energized, vigorous, passionate. You have that same river flowing throughout you. And the river, honestly, it continues 2 or 3 hours after I finish sex. I feel this amazing pleasure.
God, these two poor women in the background who just have to hear this.
Sensation running throughout my body 2 or 3 hours after sex. So it feels amazing. You feel energized and full. And then inevitably, when you do end up ejaculating at your cycle point, which I talked about in the last video, you realize a few things. You realize that, wow, an orgasm and ejaculation isn't that special. An ejaculation lasts between 7 to 14 seconds of this crazy climactic energy that feels so good, and then it is over. And what you end up realizing is that orgasms are very temporal. They are extremely temporal, and it's almost kind of funny. You're almost like, wow, this is everything that I've been building up for. This is everything I've been desiring, and it's kind of this letdown in a way.
And then it's just a letdown. It's not even good. And yeah, if you miss your cycle point, you have to wait till the next one. So it could, it can be months, it can be years, depending on if, your organizational skills. So yeah, it could be years. Could be years, my friends. So, so yeah, don't ejaculate for a month and then get really disappointed when you finally do. And that's good for you. Misery wank. Misery wank. Every full moon, I get to be disappointed by
Ejaculating. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, I don't know who this is. This is just, it's from Cloudy Sky 17. 1 hour of aesthetic music, no copyright. Just needed something to fill in the spaces, and this does it. And I like it. I think it's nice. I think it was good for the art segment. A good friend told me to strengthen my seed holding skills by doing towel push-up on my dong. Beautiful stuff. No nut clarity. Bust that seed to bless of the moon. Love it. Love it. Death wank. Danger wank. Danger wank is fun. What else we got? What else we got going on? Okay, well, so I think that's the main part of the stream. We got some more stuff in the Patreon stream, which if you don't know, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/holdspaceformytribe, where each week Little Thursday Boy and I, we continue streaming for, I don't know, another hour sometimes, maybe 45 minutes, something, just extra. We just keep going. There's always stuff. There's always more stuff. That's one thing I've learned doing this. There's always more. So we'll be over there in 10, 15 minutes, maybe probably less. I'll continue streaming over there for the patrons. Also, if you join the Patreon, we send you stickers and pins. I don't know if anybody's received any of those things yet. I think they were sent out pretty recently. I don't have a toad smoker today. I actually haven't done toad smokers the past like 2 weeks either. We can get back on that. I just took a break. I was finding it a little bit less funny because I was watching toad smokers so often. But if I find a toad smoker that is like, exceptional in their reaction to the DMT blast, then I will absolutely show it. Thank you everyone for the stream retention. A big blaze. A big blaze to you. I don't know if I have any other updates on anything, but just thank you for everything, and I feel so blessed every day of my life. And to the patrons. Just give me a little bit. We're gonna watch a video about gray aliens and some. I found. You know what? Hey, preview for the patron stream. We're gonna be watching this. So, get ready for that. Get ready for this.
And a big blast for following.
So, thank you to everyone. A big blast. Thank you, welcome for joining the Patreon. Please update your address so that we can send you things. So that we can send you things because we want to send you things. Link up the Patreon stream. It's patreon.com/holdspace for my tribe. One word, of course. So, a big bless, and maybe I'll see you there, Rich.
Love you, everybody. Big love, big love, big love, big love, big love.